Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ray and I'm glad you have joined me today. Today we are talking about Cane Corsos, specifically female Cane Corsos, and even more specifically female Cane Corsos during heat. Yes, this is not widely talked about, but today we're talking about it because I realized recently that a lot of people are not as knowledgeable on the female Cane Corsos as they are the male Cane Corso. So here I am to give you guys some information on what it's like dealing with a female Cane Corso, especially during her, I can't say really monthlies because it doesn't happen monthly. So female Cane Corsos go in heat is what it's called twice a year. So I will talk about what it is like dealing with a Cane Corso going in heat, steps you can take to prepare for it, how you can make your Cane Corso a lot more comfortable and happy during her heat cycle. So if that is interesting you at all, be sure to stay tuned. Let's dive right into the video. So this laptop is here to make sure that I stay focused and I stay on my points because you guys know me, I do tend to ramble sometimes. And Black Honey is not here with me because she is at work with Pops, just in case you guys are wondering. I know somebody will probably ask. Anyway, let's get into the video this time, for real this time, I promise. So the first thing we'll talk about is the age of a Cane Corso. When will they get their first heat? So Cane Corsos get their heat from anywhere from 6 months to 12 months, so in their first year. And our Cane Corso got her heat, right now she is anywhere from 9 months to 11 months. When we got her, we were not sure exactly how old she was, so when we took her to the vet, they kind of gave us an age range. So I will share that age range with you guys. We haven't really settled on an age for her. So she is between 9 months and 11 months. And she got her first heat last week. And she is going through that heat cycle now. I will touch on this point as well. There are a lot of videos out here on the internet about male Cane Corsos and not as much about female Cane Corsos. And female Cane Corsos and male Cane Corsos are different. Just like with a lot of other species, they have different personality traits. They just behave differently. For example, a female Cane Corso is going to be a little bit more eager to please, so therefore maybe a little more easier to train than the male Cane Corsos. They're going to be a lot more clingy than the male Cane Corsos, and they may be a little bit more energetic as well. Except for during, of course, when their heat cycle and stuff, their personality may change during that time. But for the most part, females are a lot easier to train, a lot easier to maintain, but also very energetic, very excitable. Female Cane Corsos also tend to be a lot more territorial than aggressive. So they have more of the maternal instincts. For example, if you're in the home, they're a lot more protective in the home than they are when they're outside the home. So one thing we also have noticed with our female Cane Corso is she is very much more on guard when she's in the house here versus when she's out. She'll kind of look to us to see if that's something that she needs to, maybe bark at or be aggressive towards. But other than that, she's very much calm, cool, collected when we're out and about. All right, so a female Cane Corso's heat lasts anywhere from a week to a month. We could say a general month. Now, if your Cane Corso is in heat for longer than that, I wouldn't necessarily say it's an immediate cause for concern, but again, monitor your dog. If she is going to her heat for like 2 months, definitely take her to a vet and make sure that there's nothing else going on. But typically, on average, their heat cycles last for a month. So things that you need to get to prepare for your female Cane Corso during her cycle. One of those things I would highly recommend is some diapers. So we went to our local Pet Supplies Plus and purchased some disposable diapers, not these. They were a size large because that's what we thought she would be at the time. Apparently she is too big for a size large. So we then went to PetSmart and picked up this extra large. This is top paw, This is the brand Top Paw, and they're disposable, and they're specifically for female dogs. Now, when you're purchasing diapers or disposable diapers for your female dogs versus male dogs, there is a difference there as well. Female dogs tend to have wider hips than the male dogs. So if you do get male diapers for a female dog, it may not fit as well. 9 times out of 10, it will not fit as well as if you were to get a female diaper, because they're made specifically for the wider legs. This diaper is okay. I'll take them out and show you guys how they look. So they're like this, like, you know, your typical diaper. And they do have a space for the tail. So this is where the tail would go. This is what you would put under, and of course they have the flaps where you put it over her belly and onto her back, and you know, you stick the flaps there, and it kind of goes like that, right? One of the issues that we are having, and we did encounter with Black Honey, is because her tail is docked, this does not stay on as well as it would have were her tail been undocked or uncut. So that is something that you should definitely look at when you're going to purchase disposable diapers. My big recommendation, after having gone through the diaper process, when we take her out to use the restroom, we do take the diaper off and then we put a new one on. And that has been becoming a little bit problematic because we're having to take it off more frequently and we're going through a lot more disposable diapers. But the offset of that is, if you were to leave these diapers on and reuse these, dogs can get diaper rash and things of that nature. So that is what we are avoiding by removing the diapers each time she uses the bathroom and then just replacing it with clean diapers. That might not work for you, but it does work for us. And again, I highly recommend doing that if you are using disposable diapers, because we do not want to encourage any diaper rash. So what I would recommend is I would go onto Amazon or one of the online websites and get a reusable diaper. They may be more expensive, but at least you can wash them. Again, I wouldn't wash them with too much chemicals because we don't want to cause any sort of irritation around that area on your dog. But I would recommend buying the reusable ones, just so we're not wasting or going through like packs and packs of these, because these can get expensive. Yeah, that's what I would recommend. I'm gonna insert, I think, a couple pictures. Look at the size, and you want to look at whether it's for a female specifically or for a male. Another thing I would recommend getting is, if you don't already have these puppy training pads, for example, when she goes to sleep on her bed, you know, if you want to take the diaper off at night, you can lay it down on her bed, and therefore she can be more comfortable in case there's any bleeding. Again, this is for inside Cane Corsos. Obviously, if your Cane Corso is an outside dog, maybe this is not relevant to you. But for inside dogs specifically, I would get the puppy training pads and just kind of lay them down, because one thing you don't want to have is a whole bunch of blood all on your carpets, all on your floors, you know. That's a thing we don't want. But if we do have that, that comes to the next thing that I would recommend, which is a good shampoo, a good carpet cleaner, a good all-purpose cleaner for your carpet, just in case. Because, you know, accidents happen, and it's, what can we do, right? Accidents happen. So I would definitely get you a carpet cleaner, multi-purpose carpet cleaner, or a pet stain shampooer, because you're going to need it. So let's talk about the changes in your Cane Corso during her heat. So Cane Corsos during their heat tend to be a little bit more anxious. Sometimes their appetites will change. So you will notice a change in her appetite, and you will notice a change in her clinginess. Definitely, she will want to be all up under you 24/7. Now, Cane Corsos typically are like that already. So personality wise, both male and females, they are very much your shadow, but they get even more clingy, believe it or not, during their heat. So just, you know, make sure she's comfortable. I would say put out blankets for her. She may even seem a little bit lethargic, a little bit less playful, because you know things are going on, you know. So just be patient with your Cane Corso and allow her the grace and the space to be comfortable and go through the heat cycle happily and healthily. If you notice your Cane Corso getting a little bit more anxious during this time, and a way they could display that is she'll be a little bit more whiny, maybe always nudging you, just kind of laying down wherever you are. There are treats that you can get that are like calming treats, and again, I'll post what I find on here, the ones that I would recommend, but again, those could be very helpful for her during this time. Another thing to note with Cane Corsos during the heat, and this is possibly for other dog breeds as well, during their heat they do tend to pee a lot more. So I would be prepared for taking her outside a lot more frequently than normal, and allowing her to relieve her bladder. There are some instances where the pee may have a different odor as well. So don't be alarmed if that happens, or if there's any other type of discharge during this time. It is not a huge cause for concern at this moment. Again, during their heat cycles, there's a lot of different changes that occur. The same thing with females, you know, humans during their heat cycles.
Well, I'm a young woman. I'm attractive too if I can get to a decent beauty parlor. Don't you worry about the winter flocks. You'll have a ball.
No, during our periods, we do go through a lot of, again, hormone changes and things happen. So with the female dogs, the same thing occurs. So yeah, just be mindful, just be aware of that. Also, excuse me. Also, if you're looking to breed your Cane Corso, I would say to wait until after her first heat. I would even go so far as to say wait until maybe after 2 years. I know that's a lot, but again, we want to think about the health of your Cane Corso. And during her first heat, she is still very young. Her body is still going through the necessary cycles it needs to go through to mature and to age. And again, Cane Corsos specifically aren't actually at their adult stage until 2 years. So in an ideal world, I would say wait until 2 years and then maybe breed her, but at least wait until after her first heat to do any sort of breeding. And if your Cane Corso is outside, I definitely would say put them on a leash and make sure the chain is, or the fence is, completely fenced in, because dogs are very determined. When they smell a female in heat, she will be giving out a lot of pheromones. So just keep that in mind. If you do not want your dog to mate yet, please keep her at bay from all possibilities of a cross. And in conclusion, just love on your pets and love on your female Cane Corsos during her heat cycle even more. Make sure you take care of her, make sure you nurture her, and let her just be a dog, you know, give her grace, etc., etc. Again, there are instances where Cane Corsos have gone into year 2 and have not had their heat cycles, and the vets are like, it is what it is. Another tip I can have or give is Cane Corsos can become very expensive. So if you do plan on taking her to the vet, looking into pet insurance is a good idea. So again, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for staying tuned. Stay tuned, follow, like, subscribe if you want to learn more about Cane Corsos, or if you want to just follow Black Honey's journey with us. It has been tremendously insightful and very, very, very fun. So thank you guys again, and I will see you in the next video.